was telling you about the Berg Theatre, Gustav.
Where? Adolf, what time is it? Is it morning?
Yes, it's morning. In fact, it's almost afternoon. I was telling you about the Berg Theatre.
But I've slept all night in my clothes.
Eh?
I've slept all night in my clothes, Adolf. I've never done that before. Extraordinary thing.
A mere detail. How did you sleep anyway?
Oh, well, not alone, it would seem. I must have been monstrous tired. I didn't even feel the blighters.
You did admit to a little tiredness, yes, Gustav. In fact, you fell asleep while I was telling you about the Berg Theatre.
But you're up, Adolf.
Of course, I've been up ages.
You mean you watched me sleep like this? You could have at least thrown a blanket on me.
Why would I have done that?
Oh, I don't know. Friendly gesture and observing of the proprieties, in token form at least.
There is still a lot in you of the provincial bourgeois, I feel, Gustav, my friend.
Hardly surprising, as this is the first time I've awoken in Vienna.
We'll soon knock that small-town attitude out of you. I was telling you about the Berg Theatre.
Oh, Adolf, for goodness sake, enough! On my first night in Vienna, when I was ready to drop with fatigue, you dragged me around on the tourist trail, and I'm so tired that by the time I get here, I fall asleep in all my clothes. Let me get my bearings a little at least. So, Vienna at last. Of course, this room is not representative of the splendours, I'm sure.
I'm sorry if this room is not to your satisfaction, Gustav.
Now, Adolf, don't be so touchy. It will serve well as a palace, I'm sure.
Well, Gustav, my dear friend, such plans I have for both of us. You, of course, will study at the Conservatoire.
And you at the Academy of Fine Art.
I've already passed the first stage. They like my submission. It now rests on my examination results.
You'll pass with flying colours.
I'm sure I'll pass with flying colours. Everything depends on my getting in, everything. And then, Gustav, what glittering future lies before us? I will build cities, cities of marble and gold. You shall compose concertos and symphonies worthy to be heard in their epic music halls.
I'd settle for a nice job teaching music somewhere, with a nice house in the suburbs. Perhaps a husband set up a home for me.
We must think a little higher than that, surely.
Good old Adolf, living on dreams and air as usual.
On the contrary, I'm actually quite well off. There's the inheritance from my mother.
Of course, Adolf, your dear mother, of beloved memory. You're a worthy son to her.
Not yet, Gustav, but I feel great things within me.
And what better a place to start out than in this great city?
Was once a great city, I agree. I don't like the way things have turned out.
But Vienna is the centre of Europe. Think of how many races inhabit it, and how many languages are spoken in its streets. Why, before I even got out of the station, I must have heard 5 different tongues chattering in delightful confusion.
That's exactly my point.
Knock, knock! Anybody home? Oh, I didn't realise we had company.
I have company, Frau Zacharies, yes. May I have the pleasure of introducing my especial friend, Frau Gustav Kubizek of Linz, now studying at the Conservatoire of Vienna. Kubizek, Frau Zacharies, our landlady. This is in fact formerly her own room. But I managed to secure it for us.
Oh, please, Frau Zacharies, the honour is all mine.
Oh, what charming manners.
Charming manners come easily when their object herself is so charming.
Oh, Frau Kubizek, I hope you find the room to your liking.
With such a radiant ornament as now adorns it, I find it quite delightful.
Oh, Frau Kubizek, is there anything I can do to make your stay more comfortable? Please, don't hesitate to ask.
I shan't, Frau Zacharies. And may I say how grateful we are that you have given up your room to such unworthy wretches as ourselves?
Oh, not at all, Frau Kubizek. Your friend can be very persuasive when he wants to be. Very persuasive indeed. I don't even know how it came about that I swapped. But if it's to accommodate such a perfect lady as yourself, I'm very pleased to do so.
What have you there, Frau Zacharies? Your other hand, madam?
for you, here. I think it's from the Academy of Art.
Oh, your results, Adolf! Your examination results! You're in. Now we're both really on our way.
Is that all, Frau Zacharias?
Why, yes. I just wanted to bring you the letter. And to welcome Frau Kubizek to the establishment.
And you've done it in a delightful manner, Frau Zacharias. Good day to you.
Good day.
A most excellent woman.
She's a Czech.
Oh, charming.
You think so? You made your usual good impression, I see. She didn't even mention your share of the rent.
It's always good to keep in with such people, don't you think? Just good policy to get the landlady on your side, I always say.
I don't have your easy grace with such people, Gustl.
You're too quick to categorise, Adolf. Why did you think it necessary to tell me Frau Zacharias' nationality, for instance? It's the first thing you mentioned about her.
An innocent enough remark, surely.
Innocent, perhaps. Telling, certainly.
You read too much into things. Let's talk about our trip to the opera tonight.
Aren't you going to open your letter?
My letter? It's okay. Probably just some unimportant administrative business to do with my place at the academy.
But it might be your results.
Now, we have a choice. We can see Wagner at the popular opera or Verdi at the court. As it's your first outing in Vienna, I'll leave it entirely up to you which one we see.
Oh, Verdi at the court opera. Adolf, please. What a dream come true for me. It was at Verdi Opera that we met in Linz, do you remember? This will be a wonderful way of consecrating our everlasting friendship in a new city.
Verdi at the court. Yes. That's your choice, is it?
Yes, Adolf.
Yes. Well, of course, as I say, it's your choice completely, but wouldn't you rather go to the Wagner?
No, I'd rather see the Verdi.
The Verdi. I see. And not the Wagner.
You'd rather see the Wagner, wouldn't you, Adolf?
No, your choice, Gustl, your choice. It's just Lohengrin, you know.
Yes, I know Lohengrin, Adolf. A sign, Adolf! A sign! Verdi on the barrel organ! La donna è mobile, ta-ta-ta-ta-di-da. Oh, it must be the Verdi now, mustn't it?
That's your Verdi for you, all right. A tinkling little tune on some Slav's claptrap instrument. That's Verdi all over.
Calm yourself, Adolf.
Oh, yes. Such a noble instrument playing such noble music. I can just imagine Lohengrin's grand narration being played on a barrel organ, can't you? Such grandeur, such majesty.
I don't know why you're getting so upset.
I've seen Lohengrin 10 times in the last few weeks, you know. 10 times!
Perhaps it's time for a change, then.
Only German music counts. The only German is Wagner.
All right, Adolf. We'll go and see the Wagner.
As you wish, Gustl, my dear lady. Entirely your own choice, as I say.
Excuse me while I just go to the...
Such a mess you young people make. It's enough for a body to do to keep up the trail of disorder in your wake.
We're not that bad, surely, Frau Zacharias.
Bad? Oh, I suppose not, Frau Kubizek. As young people go, I dare say there's a lot worse.
You're very kind to us, Frau Zacharias.
Oh, it reminds me of when I looked after my own son under this very roof, Frau Kubizek.
And where is he now, if I may be so bold as to inquire, Frau Zacharias?
Grown up, moved away. He has a lovely position as a clerk in an industrial concern in Dusseldorf.
A clerk?
You must be very proud of him, Frau Zacharias.
I am, indeed. A mother's weakness it may be, but I am very proud of my little boy. What are you working on there, Frau Kubizek, so you didn't mention me?
It's just an advert for a local paper, Frau Zacharias. I'm thinking of giving piano lessons.
We don't want a lot of people round here.
That's too bad, Adolf, because I've already engaged my first pupil.
Not that girl you were talking to last night.
The same. Her name's Liesel, and she's a very fine young lady. She's coming for her first lesson at the end of the week.
I thought she was a prostitute.
She's from a good family.
If you say so, Gustel.
I do say so.
Piano lessons. Ooh, fancy. Very lucrative piano lessons, I've heard, Frau Kubizek.
You'll get your rent, Frau Zacharias, never fear. Have I ever let you down before?
No, hey. I wasn't suggesting.
You won't mind a bit of music around the place, will you, Frau Zachary?
No, it'll be delightful. I love music. How was the opera last night? Did you have a wonderful evening?
Why, yes, we had a wonderful time. Thank you for asking.
A lovely time.
At least I did, Frau Zachary.
And I'm sure there were lots of pretty girls and boys out there trying to attract your attention. Not much notice paid to the opera by you young people, I'll be bound.
Now, Frau Zachary.
I assure you, Frau Zachary, that I listened to every note, warmed to every theme, engaged with every idea of the masters that we were privileged to experience.
Oh, yes. Adolf here really knows how to enjoy himself on a night out. There were some lovely ladies, but they got scant reward for their finery and fluttering eyelashes out of our friend here.
The opera is not the place for such fripperies. Not the Wagnerian opera, anyway.
You're a plain misogynist, Adolf. That's what you are. You're pleased women are not permitted in the promenade stalls. I think you're a little frightened of women.
How dare you!
Oh, now... Please.
Didn't I complain of the young officers as well as the women?
That's true, Frau Zachary. I'm doing our friend here a disservice. There was scarcely one section of the audience that escaped his righteous censure.
I only made a comment about the officers, Gustel, on how they were only interested in opera as a social occasion.
Oh, and what a lovely occasion it must be. The gas jets lighting up the jewellery and the fancy dresses and the gentlemen handsomely turned out in their military best, the innocent flirting behind exquisitely embroidered fans, sparkling conversation and the chink of delicate glasses in the supper room afterwards.
Indeed, Frau Zachary. Why not conversation, flirting and supper? Why not? Why bother with the music at all? What does the actual opera itself do except get in the way of all the festivities and merriment? I don't know why we bother with the musicians and singers after all. We should just shut them all up so we can sit down to the important business at hand.
My friend forgets himself, Frau Zachary. You must forgive him. The opera is his church, you see.
And why not? I don't see why I should be vilified as because I have consecrated my life, yes indeed, to the ideals and the everlasting glory of the greatest artist of this nation, indeed the whole world.
All right, must be going. I reckon, leave me to it.
Thank you for your efforts, Frau Zachary. We appreciate it. Really, we do.
Don't look at me like that.
There is such a thing as tact, Adolf. Tact and decorum. Lowering yourself, albeit temporarily, and with good grace to your social and intellectual inferiors. It's just good manners, that's what it is. Simply good manners. I don't know that I can remain here with you if you continue to... all I want to do is study and make friends with you.
We don't need friends, just need each other. We have the whole world to conquer, just the two of us. Forgive me, Gustel. Gustel, my only friend.
An unaccountable sort of place to bring a student. Not only a student, a young lady. I can't think she'll think much of the place. She's probably used to elegant drawing rooms and tea from china cups. As for the instrument, well, it's no Pleyel or Bechstein Grand, is it?
Let me tell you about the play I've written, Gustel.
Oh, and the smell of the place. Whatever will she think of us? Paraffin fumes. And not perfume for the delicate noses of young ladies.
The play I've written, Gustel. I have it here. I wanted to tell you about it.
I wonder if I should No, that would be rude. I'll give the lesson, and then if she deems it worthy of any sort of payment, I'll be happy with what I get.
Gustav, my play!
Your what? Oh, yes! Yes, your play, Adolf. Well, yes, we have a few minutes before Liesel arrives.
It's set in a mystic time of ancient Nordic history.
Oh, yes.
It's called Wieland the Smith. In it, the hero overcomes familial and societal prejudice to forge himself into the ultimate warrior hero.
Does he indeed?
He spurs the love of his mistress to wage a titanic struggle alongside the heroes of Norse mythology against the nocturnal forces of goblins and evil spirits that surround him in his quest for glory and a hero's death.
Is this the one about the cottager in the Bavarian woods who...
No, this one is called Wieland the Smith.
Well, whatever happened to the one about the hero imprisoned in the deepest dungeon of the Black Forest Castle?
No, this is a new one.
Or the one with the man...
No, this is a new one, Gustav.
May I? The scene opens in a mountain cave, in a far northern clime. As a storm is in progress, Wieland the Smith is at work in his forge, which glows fiery red in the depth of the cave's gloom. Occasional thunderbolts rend the air and cackle menacingly around the mouth of the cave, the entrance of which is flanked by enormous, gnarled, centuries-old oaks. Really, Adolf, you out Wagner! Wagner!
Thank you, Gustav.
It wasn't meant as a compliment. I don't wish to be unkind, but do you really imagine that anyone would ever be able to produce such a work? Or indeed any of your other wild, artistic ideas?
But if I'm not meant to be an artist, then what am I meant to be?
Adolf, I tell you as a friend, you start these projects, you engross yourself in them for just a few days, eating, drinking, sleeping little. You rave about them for a while, and then you mention them less and less, until finally you drop them altogether.
I'm searching for a thing worthy of our gifts.
And what about your studies at the academy? When do you have time for those? Do you never go in for your lectures? You seem to be here every time I come back from the conservatoire. And it's not only plays, it's all sorts of schemes, projects and plans. A travelling opera to take to the provinces, a plan to solve Vienna's housing problem, even a new drink to replace alcohol. That was the best of the lot.
This play is different.
No one will put it on, Adolf. No one in their right mind was hazard one mark on such a dramatic extravagance.
I don't need anyone's financial support. I have a scheme.
Another scheme.
Yes.
All right, Adolf, what is it this time?
I've bought a lottery ticket.
And?
And what?
Is that it?
What else is required?
You've brought a lottery ticket?
Yes.
Which presumably you think will come up trumps and provide you with the funds to mount your play?
The ticket's for both of us, Crystal. With it, we'll be able to start all our plans, fulfill all our dreams.
You know, don't you, that the ticket might not win at all?
But we have to win. I need the money for the play. And when we win, you won't have to give piano lessons.
You know, Adolf, don't you, that our chances of winning the lottery are infinitesimally small. You know that we almost certainly won't win.
Gustav, in short, I don't understand your attitude, Gustav.
Yoo-hoo! I have a charming little visitor for you.
I'm sure the only idea I have in coming here is to take up Frau Kubzek on her very kind offer of giving me piano lessons, and at a very reasonable rate, I might add.
Ah, that's the way it starts out, but once you begin to get on a duet by Mozart and your heads are together and your fingers get delightfully entwined, well, the notes may be wrong, but a different sort of harmony is created all the same.
A Mozart duet for us, Zachary's. I hope my teacher will not be so cruel as to start me out on anything as difficult as that. I'm just a beginner, you know.
Well, a beginner in music, perhaps, but unless my instincts fail me, not a beginner in arts of another sort, eh, my dear?
For shame, Frau Zacharias.
Please, do take a seat, Miss... I'm sorry, last week I only got to know you as Liesel.
Then let us keep it that way, my dear. Gustl, wasn't it?
Yes.
Gustl charming.
Now, I'll just be in the next room should you need me. Remember, honour before everything.
Now, I hope we won't be doing anything too strenuous today, Gustl.
Oh, not at all. Just a few scales, perhaps, to start us off.
I'll leave you to it.
Oh, please, don't go on my account. In fact, I may need you to plead my case with Gustl here.
Your case, Liesel?
The fact is, I don't think I could play anything today. It's so cold out there, and my fingers are frozen as they are.
Even inside your gloves?
Oh, these things, mere fripperies. They wouldn't keep out a summer alpine breeze, never mind a piercing Vienna wind. What do you think of my gloves, Gustl?
I think that, like their owner, they're very charming.
A very pretty answer. And what does your friend think?
The young lady must excuse me. I'm afraid I have no opinion on ladies' fashions.
Oh, curious. You seem to have an opinion on everything else.
Your friend is rather formal, isn't he, Gustl?
Oh, you must excuse him, Liesel. He's not often in the company of girls.
Perhaps I should tell him, but then again, perhaps not.
Tell him what, Liesel?
About my friend Martha, who took quite a fancy to him at the opera that night. Such soulful eyes, she said he had. Oh, I can see what she meant.
You hear that, Adolf? You have an admirer. And soulful eyes.
I'm obliged to the young lady for the information.
You see, you've sparked his interest, Liesel. No matter how hard he tries to disguise it. What sort of girl is this Martha? Would she suit our reserved friend over here?
She's a working girl.
She has a job.
Quite a well-paying one. Sometimes, anyway. She's awfully amusing and awfully clever. All the men are wild over her.
Oh, not we're in the company of you, surely, Liesel.
I don't like clever girls, and furthermore, I don't even believe in them. A girl should be docile and naive. If only I can make you understand the sheer pointlessness of women studying.
But Adolf, many women are now in the professions, like Martha and Liesel here.
Oh, the professions? Oh, they're members of a profession, all right. The world's oldest one.
Oh, I didn't come to be here insulted by this brute.
No? Then pray, miss, what did you come here for?
I implore you, Adolf, to moderate your tone.
Piano lessons.
Piano lessons, indeed. You can't learn those on your back. We'll send you our bill. What are you doing, Gustl?
I'm leaving, Adolf.
Why? Just because some silly row over some girl.
I'm going back to Linz, to my father. For a while, anyway. I can't stay here with you.
Your father? You're going back to your father? But I brought you here as my protégé.
Oh, I'm no one's protégé, Adolf.
You can't go back. I stole you away from him. From that bourgeois little upholstery business of his. I showed you what you could be in the world.
I wish you every happiness in the future, Adolf. Goodbye.
You can't go, Gustl. You can't leave me. I won't let you leave me.
Adolf.
What about your studies?
I can continue them just as well in Linz.
In Linz? You choose Linz over Vienna? You choose an insignificant little music school over a conservatoire?
You never did get into the Academy of Fine Art, did you, Adolf? You've been lying to me this whole time.
Gustl, I need you, Gustl.
It's too much responsibility, Adolf. I just want a husband with a job and...
But our plans, Gustl, our glorious plans.
Oh, your plans, Adolf! Your plans! I'm just an everyday sort of person. You're just too much for me. I'm sorry.
Oh, was that the suitcase I just saw. I hope nothing's wrong with her hair. Oh, hair.
You know, Frau Zacharias, in all the time I've lived here, you have never been able to get my name right. Why is that?
Oh, forgive me, hair. Oh, dear. Hair.
Perhaps this will help you.
Mein Kampf by Hair.
I've read chapter 1. Most interesting. I dare you read the rest.